Hi, Sam here. Today I'm doing another video on the OCD Recovery YouTube channel in regards to triggers. Okay, I wanted to talk about triggers, dealing with them, how we overcome them, how we can use them to along our OCD journey, how we can progress further by them, and how they're all part of the journey. Okay, so triggers. We all know triggers too well. Okay, you think you're getting somewhere, you're going really well. You might be having a good week, a good month, a good day, and then boom, fuck, I've been triggered again. Okay, we all know that feeling too well in our journey. Okay, now when initially triggered, it can feel like you're back to square one. Okay, like nothing else matters. Oh shit, I've been triggered again. I need to work this out. So I need to resolve this. I need to fix it now. I need it gone. Okay, that's how it can initially feel. So to give you an example, real event, false memory OCD. It could be scanning and it finds something in the past and catch you completely off guard. Oh shit, it's completely through you. And you got to try and work it out, try and analyse, ruminating, oh, what happened? Did this happen? Did that happen? Look at different angles at the event, at the fault, whatever it is. Okay, that's how triggers can suddenly feel, just 0 to 100 really quick. Suddenly catch you off guard. Oh shit, I need to work it out. Okay, so that's how quickly it can grip you in when you're doing quite well. Okay, it can feel like everything you've learned, all the progress that you've made is all just wasted down the pan, down the toilet, completely gone. Okay, that overwhelming feeling of panic or the anxiety response to a trigger. Oh shit, everything I've learned is completely wasted time. I'm back to square one. No hope, etc., etc. All these the rabbit hole that you go down when these triggers arise, when these new triggers, when it morphs, when it changes, all these feelings that come with it. Okay. You've got to remember so OCD is not going to give up that fight. Okay, it's relentless. It's always going to try and look for something in the past or scan anything that you're scared of, anything that you fear it latching to. OCD is going to try and get onto it. Okay, hence why it morphs, hence why it changes. Okay, hence why it can get in there quite sneakily with fear of fear. Okay, it's not going to give up without a fight. So, we're going back to the feeling of initially triggered, that feeling of nothing else matters. Oh shit, I need this trigger gone. Okay, now why does it feel back to square one? Why does that moment feel, for fuck's sake, I can't do this anymore? Why does it feel like that? Now, that feeling of guilt, that overwhelming feeling of anxiety, that intense feeling of panic, okay, what would happen with me when I think back at my triggers? It would be, let's say I've got a holiday coming up, or a wedding, or a birthday, or Christmas, anything like that. So something you want to enjoy yourself, okay? The last time you'd want to be triggered, okay? So you're looking forward to a nice weekend, you might be going away, and the last thing you want to be is triggered, okay? Now OCD is going to love that, okay? It's going to zoom in on that, it's going to focus on that. It's going to go, okay, how can I trigger you? Because if you're really not wanted to be triggered, then it's going to really turn up the pressure, turn up the heat. Okay, and that's why. So it links into the fear of ruining your night, ruining your day. Let's say you're going out for a nice meal that night, and you might be, oh, I need to do some more compulsions just to make sure I'm not triggered. Okay, that sneaky way of it getting in there with triggers. Okay, and that's why it does link in the fear of fear, because if you think that this trigger is going to ruin your whole life or ruin the year, then it links into the fear of fear, because you're then feeling you're fearing that feeling of everything that comes with triggers. So that you're fearing the anxiety, the guilt that you're going to feel in a year's time, or for the rest of your life. Okay, so how it links into that fear of fear with triggers. And then that's why we then purposely avoid triggers. Okay, that's the last thing we should do. But that is why initially at the start of the journey we avoid triggers. Okay, because that is the last thing we want when we've got a big event coming up. Okay, that needs to stop. Okay, we mustn't avoid triggers. We need to learn from them. We need to welcome them in. We can't be running from them. We can't be avoiding them. Okay, now when we are triggered, it is easy just to give up. Give up with recovery. Fuck this, I can't stand this anymore. I wish that didn't happen to me. Why me? If only I didn't do that. If only that thought didn't come in then. Only if that event didn't happen. If only Mosey didn't latch to that. All these things that happen when triggered. Okay, it's so easy to fall down that rabbit hole. Okay, fuck this, I'm not bothering anymore. Okay, giving up just because you're triggered. Okay, they're all part of the journey. It's massive learning curves. Okay, some of my biggest learning curves are from being triggered. Okay, blessing in disguise. Like what I talk about in my relapses and setbacks video. It's a blessing in disguise. It's an opportunity to learn, a chance to progress. Okay, so liken it to just falling off your bike and getting back on. All right, triggers are part of the journey. You're not gonna go through your OCD recovery journey without any triggers. Okay, I'd like to meet that person because that'd be amazing, but it's not. That's not the reality of it. Okay, there's going to be lots of triggers along the way, lots of new themes, lots of new fears, with it morphing and with it changing. And like I said, getting in with that fear, that fear of feeling guilty forever, that fear of feeling panic forever. Okay, things like that. All right, that's quite subtle. Those fears. Especially with me, I said, well, it doesn't actually feel like I'm scared of anything, but no, when I really dig deep, I'm actually scared of the feeling of guilt, or I'm actually scared of feeling triggered. I'm scared of being triggered. Okay, all these different things that come into it. It's all part of the journey. Okay, just another hurdle to overcome. Okay, so when we are triggered, all right, so initially we let it pass. We sit with the uncomfortable feelings like an uncomfortable coat. Okay, we don't try and work it all out now. We don't need it gone now. All right. Now, what I do is what is the core fear that's causing this panic response? What is this causing this intense feeling of guilt? This chronic feeling of guilt? Okay, what is this over concerned feeling? Oh shit, I need to work out now. This uncomfortable feeling. What's causing it? Okay, when I dig deep, is it the fear of being rejected? Is it the fear of being disapproved of? Okay, am I saying to myself, under all circumstances, I must be approved of? I mustn't be rejected, and that would be awful. Okay, so looking at your beliefs. All right, and it's not as soon as you're triggered, you're initially trying to dispute compulsively. I'm not saying that. I'm saying usually when we're triggered, it will link to a core fear. Okay, so when we get past that, okay, I'm triggered. I'm not going to try and compulsively work it out. I'm going to sit with those uncomfortable feelings, and then we look at the core fears as causing them. Okay, are we saying I can't stand this? Okay, I can't possibly cope with another trigger. Oh my God, this is terrible. This is the worst thing in the world. This is absolutely unbearable. Are we saying all these irrational beliefs, all these musts, all these demands that are in our rigid thinking that causes this disturbance? Okay, are we not applying our unconditional acceptance that we've learned? Okay, so easy for it to go out the window when we're triggered. All these things that we gradually learn. And also, another point as I think of that is we don't wait for a crisis to work on recovery. Okay, we don't wait until we're triggered to then work on recovery. Okay, it doesn't matter if we're triggered or not. We need to be proactive towards recovery. We're working on it. Okay, how can I improve myself? How can I not just coasting along? Am I working on my beliefs? Am I doing my exposures? Am I facing my fears? Okay, am I applying the unconditional acceptance? Okay, so when we are triggered and sitting with it and these uncomfortable feelings, are we not applying the unconditional self-acceptance? Okay, are we completely writing ourselves off? Okay, are we rating ourselves as well as our acts? Okay, all these things that think of the tools that you've learned. Okay, make sure they're still being applied. All right, it's so easy, like I said, just for them to go out the window because, oh fuck, I'm triggered again. Okay. Now, just going to round this video off. I'm going to keep it about 10 minutes. I don't want to just ramble on. Sometimes I do. The triggers have been my greatest learning curve. Okay, I've learned a lot on my triggers. It's really helped shape my perspectives in other ways. Because, like I said, OCD is going to latch on to what you fear, what you're still scared of. It's going to sort of highlight what still needs work. Okay, so that's been a massive learning curve for me. I'm not saying you never get triggered again. I can still OCD get in there now and then, but then I'm just applying the tools, okay? Because like I said, it's always going to try and get in on that. It's always going to try and boom something to latch onto, try and keep you stuck. All right, so just being more aware of triggers and being more equipped of how to deal with them, okay, is crucial. And that's what I want the objective of this video to be. All right, and hope. Okay, please don't give up after one trigger. There'll be many along the way. You can watch this video if you are triggered. I just think, okay, you will get through that. It's not the end of the world once you're triggered, even though it can feel like that. Those intense feelings can feel like that. I completely understand, but you will get through it. Just remember to keep working on recovery and not waiting for a crisis point to work on recovery. Okay, so be proactive, and then these triggers tend to not feel as intense, or you're better to deal with it. Okay. And I'd like to wrap up there before I ramble on too much. If you like this video, please leave a like, that would be much appreciated. Any suggestions for future videos, whether it be me or anyone else on the channel, please leave a comment. Any feedback would be amazing. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. That'd be brilliant. Anyway, thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.